Massachusetts. We're at the site of the former Dolorosa church. In 1903, it was erected here and built by the Polish men of Holyoke. They were very proud of being able to get on a church. They had established a parish in Holyoke in 18. So they were very proud of the 1891 parish, establishment of the parish, and finally getting their own building. Now, this building lasted open to 12 years ago this year, 2023, and then about 4 years ago it was taken down by the Springfield Catholic Diocese, who thought that the steeple might be a problem at some point. Now, I'm going to tell you what was here. So the church was in front and filled the front half of this green space. The rectory was attached to the back of the church and faced onto Maple Street. Behind that was a convent for 6 years where they bought an old building, but they took that down. And in the parking lot right behind this church, there used to be the old Dolorosa school. That existed from about 1906 to about 1958. And then they built a new school. Now in the distance you get to see two structures, and I'll point them out. To the left-hand side is the Pope John Paul II Social Center, and that's where they have social functions and conventions. As of, I think 2 years ago, Pope John Paul II is now a saint. So his name is Pope Saint John Paul II. And they have a beautiful statue of Mary in front of it. Now, to the right-hand side of that road, you have the old convent of nuns. Now that is actually the third convent that they had, because the first one was for 6 years, was right behind the church, and then for decades it was where the social center was. They were in two homes that they bought over there, and then finally the third one, the convent, was built. I think it was built around 1956, but of course you can look up my notes on my webpage. Now behind that you can just barely see the school, and that's in the middle of the two, but much more important is behind that on Pulaski Park, and one of our stops will be right there. Now the neighborhood is very uniquely Polish. To the right is Pulaski Heights Apartments, and that was built on the former downtown reservoir. Now I'm going to show you two buildings across Lyman Street. If you turn around, on Lyman Street there's one building here and then one further up, and that is very uniquely Polish buildings. So this one and then over there. And this is the kind of life the Polish had. They had little stores for themselves. They had very unique apartments, and they loved being here. This is considered a Polish district. It didn't start that way. It started off Irish, then French Canadian, but then the Polish came in and they loved it so much. Well, thank you for coming on this introductory stop.